You're listening to the Dan and Bryan Sportscast.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 52 of the Dan and Bryan Sportscast. It's our official year podcast. So we've been in the game podcasting for a year, growing.
That's right.
And happy birthday, Brian. You're 1 year old in podcasting.
I feel all grown up now.
Although we have to admit, we have missed a couple of weeks. So
That's
we're
right.
we're actually like a year and like a month and a half when it comes to that. But it was all for our fans. It's all for you guys. We went to San Diego 2 weeks ago, and we had a blast. We went to social media marketing world, and we learned a lot of new tools and tactics of how to podcast and bring you guys better content, Brian.
That's right.
But like I said, happy birthday. What do you think about that? Let's reflect on back of like how we've done. Like for me, doing something and dedicating my life to a podcast for a whole year is exciting to me.
It's exciting, and we do it because we love doing it.
Yeah.
It's fun. We talk about something that we enjoy
Sports,
immensely, which is sports. We love sports.
Well, something
And
we
we
love
talk
even
about
better,
it.
sports drama.
Oh, yeah.
And there's not many people who report on that, but that's what we do.
Yep.
But putting that year in, it's like, okay, now it's time to get better. So that's what
right.
me and Brian did. We went down to San Diego. For all you people who are in San Diego listening, yes, we did eat at Phil's Barbecue.
And it was good.
Absolutely amazing.
It was
My
the
mouth
best.
just watered thinking about it.
Oh,
Phil's
yeah.
Barbecue is some of the best barbecue I've ever had. And
Yeah.
I've been to Texas, Kansas, North Carolina. I've been the whole round.
It's a top 10 on Yelp statewide. So
Yeah.
it's number 10 on statewide on Yelp. So they're like the best.
And then we ate at Puestos. Remember that?
Yeah, Puestos.
Puestos has some of the most amazing tacos.
Yeah, street tacos.
And
Delicious.
I don't know if this is true, but I don't know if there's a beef between San Diego and
Los
Angeles between
Yeah.
tacos, but San Diego kind of won me over.
It's
What
right
do you
next to
think?
Mexico. I think they did.
Yeah, I was impressed, and I took an Instagram shot of the food at Dan and Bryan on Instagram, and Puestos replied back. So maybe one day Puestos will be a sponsor, and we just eat free tacos for the rest of our life.
Sounds good to
We
me.
met some great people, did we not?
Sure did.
We met Fergie from Canada. You guys don't know her. We're just we met Megan and Bree,
That's
which
right, Megan and
actually was
Bree.
really funny when we were on the boat. When we were partying on the USS, was it Midway?
Yeah.
We were partying on the USS Midway during social media marketing world.
One of the mixers.
It was a networking mixer. We were
Yeah.
having a blast. Brian got on the flight simulator.
Mm-hmm.
I was too big for the flight simulator, so I got out, and Brian got to go hang out with the ladies in the flight simulator, which was awesome. So, a quick little story, right? Story
Yeah.
time. We run into we're walking by, and we see John Lee Dumas, and John Lee Dumas is
Is a mentor.
basically, he's the one who got us started on podcasting
Right.
and the love of podcasting and the love of, getting your voice out there. He's
Showing us the way.
He's one of the kings of podcasting, I believe.
Right.
And he showed us the way, and here we are now.
Right. He's one of the gurus.
Brian
big
was
timers.
across from me, and Brian was like, "Hey, there's John Lee Dumas right there."
Right.
And I looked at him, but I ran into two girls.
Yeah.
And
They're right in front of you, right?
Yeah, they were in front of me, and one of them named Megan. She was like, "Oh, you just gonna look right past me?" I was like, "Honey, I'm 6'5", and you're 5'2".
Right.
And I just look past people normally. I look past everybody. Remember on the boat, I saw people,
Right.
and I was able to look across the way and see the whole boat because
Right.
I was much taller than anybody else.
Exactly.
So, moments later, we start talking to these girls. Come to find out, Bree, which was her friend, and they work together, and they have their own company. They're great people. They're awesome. Shout out to them. Bree turns out to be a family member by marriage.
That's right.
How shocking was that? Because we started linking things together, and we said, wait a minute. Is so-and-so your family member? And she's like, yes. I was like, wait, that's my family member. So family members. So we hung out with them both nights,
Yeah.
right?
Both, the rest of the night.
The next,
And-
that night was Steve.
Yep.
Steve, our buddy, I like to call him the Man of Steel.
Steve Neef from Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, ATL. Shout out to you guys. I love you guys. we hang out with both those people, and the next night was even more epic for us because we got to go to, what's the name of the club, Brian?
Club Park.
Park. So
Right,
they turned the nightclub Park. It's weird.
Yeah.
When
It's a big old club too.
the last club I went to was a club in Nebraska, right?
Right.
And it's all ran down, and nothing against Lincoln. They're not even, my bad. They're not even clubs. My bad. They're bars. So it's a totally different thing. So it's a bar, a dive, whatever. You go there, you drink beers. Club Park made me feel like a kid again. It was weird. There was like
it was so big. It's like multi-level.
It was huge, multi-level. It was a
like
bank.
A basement.
Remember, it's an old bank.
Old bank
because it has a vault down at the bottom.
Right, and it's a basement.
Yeah, it's a basement.
Club. There's like multiple levels.
Oh yeah,
and it's like it's so big that you can actually play music in the basement
and
not
not
even
hear the ridiculousness upstairs. Yeah, upstairs was the most amazing. What do they call that? Karaoke I've ever seen.
Right. Check out our Instagram. We have some videos on there.
Oh yeah. And then there was
it looks amazing. You'll
those
see it.
girls in the yoga strings. They were flipping around, and it was insane. It was like a scene from a James Bond movie, right?
Right.
And it made me feel like a kid again. It was actually really exciting because I'm not the type of guy to go to clubs. So and then my expectation of his club is cigarette smoke. It was not
anymore now that
right, because California passed laws on that
right. You
stuff.
can't smoke inside bars and restaurants and clubs and things like that.
So we hung out with who was it? Marco. That dude was from Mexico City. A dude from France. I forgot that guy's name.
Yeah. Canada.
Ferg
from
Devins
Australia.
from Canada. Everybody go follow him. He's a great dude. Love you, Fergie. We went downstairs
because people from Australia there also.
Right.
Yeah.
We went downstairs because we were going to
England.
take a picture with Steve and Megan and Bree. We were going to go downstairs to take a picture. And what happens, Brian? It's probably the greatest night of our podcasting life. This is breaking news for us because JLD is like John Lee Dumas is like you're a Packers fan and you meet Aaron Rodgers. That's kind of like us podcasters meeting John Lee Dumas.
So, like you said, we're down
in the basement now,
in
the Tiki Lounge
of the bar. I mean, of the club, and we're just hanging out. There's a lot of array of foods you can eat and desserts. And
it was a lot of desserts.
So we're trying to find a good light and
don't
to take. The picture.
I ate them all too.
Right. And who do you run into?
John Lee Dumas.
John Lee Dumas.
Oh, by the way, he is the podcaster. He is the voice of the EO Fire podcast. If you guys want, he's got some life-changing podcasts, and I suggest you guys look at it.
A lot of good interviews on a lot of people who are
entrepreneurs
and inspirational to all different people's walk of life.
Yeah.
So
it was a must need for us to start our podcasting.
Oh yeah.
And here our dream has come true for over a year. So John Lee Dumas is downstairs with us, Brian, and we start talking to him.
Yep.
And he looks us right in the face. He goes, "Can I ask you guys a question?" And I said, "Yes, you can." He goes, "I want to play cornhole." Now, if you don't know what cornhole is,
he said, "Hey, let's play cornhole." I was like,
"Okay, where's this cornhole at?" So cornhole is the game where you stand across from each other and throw the bean sacks inside the hole. Okay, I was like, "This is a bar, John Lee Dumas, right?"
Yeah.
He goes, "It's right over there. You want to play?" And I was like, "Yes."
I didn't even see it until he pointed it out.
It was in the corner,
like a little area where you could play cornhole.
Yeah.
So we started playing. We started teamed up. So it was me and John Lee Dumas,
and it was me and Bree because I thought Bree was a ringer, but also I am terrible at the game of cornhole. I am absolutely terrible. And it was annoying.
Actually pretty good at it.
First of all, something happened to you. You turned into Roger Clemens out there. You were throwing strikes like crazy, and it was funny watching you because you guys won, and then John Lee Dumas started like giving you a nickname. He's like BD, BD. He was going off. It was a joy to hang out with that guy.
Yeah.
So you guys smoked me and Bree,
right?
And then another challenging group, they challenged you guys.
Yeah.
And first of all, I was a little upset because they were playing that oversized Jenga game next to the table,
right there by
they knocked it down, right?
Oh, by the sofa right there.
Yeah, where I was gonna sit, they knocked it down and left it on the floor. So it ended up looking like I was the dude, and I looked like the dude that knocked stuff down, right?
Right.
So I'm like, well,
They're looking
nah,
at you like you did it.
I didn't want to sit there.
Right.
But Megan and Bree were like, hey, just sit there. Then nobody's going to care. You know what's going to end up happening? I'm going to end up picking this up because I'm
Right.
going to get annoyed.
Yeah.
So what did I end up doing?
You started picking it up?
I picked it up. While in the meantime, I was like, I hope Bryan and John Lee Dumas beat these dudes because I'm already irritated. What do you guys do?
We
You
started
win
smoking
again.
them.
You
We
win
started.
again.
We were up like 13-9.
Yeah.
With it's the finishing score of a game is 21.
Yeah.
So we were up 13-9. Then the lights start coming on, and we
Yeah,
had
it
to
was
stop
it
the
was
game.
last call.
Last call. They're shutting it down. Even the bouncers started coming up to us and saying
Yeah.
we gotta shut it down. So we had to stop. But it
Shout out
was
to the
good
bouncers,
times, though.
man. They got mad respect there. There was one dude bigger than me, and he doesn't got me by weight, but that dude was like a giant light pole.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But shout out to those guys. Shout out to like Social Media Examiner, Social Media Marketing World. All you guys are amazing. We will be there every year from the
Yeah.
rest of our lives. This is hands down the best conference we've been to.
Oh, yeah.
Bryan went to Podcast Movement last year, and we're looking
Right.
for Podcast Movement this year in Anaheim.
That's right.
But that is the best conference. We are
Best
inspired.
conference.
We're going to bring the fire. Things are going to change on this podcast, right, Bryan?
That's right.
So get ready
A
for
good direction.
get ready for just new stuff to come at you guys, okay? Bryan, happy birthday once again. Let's get right
You
back.
too? Hey, right back at you. Happy birthday, Dan.
Let's get back into the real stuff.
That's right.
All right. So we're sitting here on Twitter, and Lance Stephenson pops up on my Twitter feed.
Yeah.
Tell the folks what Lance Stephenson does.
First of all, he's back.
First of all, welcome back to the Pacers,
Yeah,
bro.
welcome back. He's been around the NBA. He went from the Pacers to the Hornets, from the Hornets to I think the Bulls to the Clippers, Clippers
And
to
that dude has made his
Minnesota.
rounds.
Now he's back with his team, back home.
Back where he belongs.
He's back home, the Pacers.
Well, let's explain this.
And
Some
to
people
come-
might not know Lance Stephenson like we
Right.
do. Lance Stephenson is the guy who at the free throw line,
It was like what
Three years ago?
about 3 years ago.
he would blow in LeBron's ear. I mean, literally lean over
Yeah, he was blowing in his ear.
and blow in LeBron's ear. And that's when Lance Stephenson became Lance Stephenson. So anyways, go tell these people what Lance Stephenson did
Right.
on his comeback tour.
First of all, they interviewed him. I think it was yesterday about his coming home game, which was tonight. April 4th.
Right.
So his home game was April 4th. They interviewed him yesterday after his game on the road.
Right.
April 3rd, and they asked him. He said it's going to be like. He said the coming home, to Indiana, is going to be like Michael Jordan coming back from retirement. So he compared himself to Michael Jordan coming back. So
Well,
this is
hold
Lance
on.
Stephenson. He
This is
said
new to
this.
me. I didn't even hear this.
Yeah,
This dude compared himself
Yes.
to the GOAT.
to the GOAT.
To the go-
That's what he
First
said.
of all,
This is
the
what he
only
said. They were
the-
talking about
the
that
only-
too.
The only close comparison would be if Kobe came back right now. Kobe said,
Right.
"You know what? I'm gonna put on my Kobe 12s, the secret stealth mode Mambas, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna play." But this guy says the GOAT.
The
And
GOAT.
it says my comeback story to the Pacers.
It's gonna be like Michael Jordan coming back from retirement.
Shout out to that guy for having mad confidence. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Bryan.
So this is Lance Stephenson. So this is what this guy's about. So anyway, it's coming home game.
Yep.
It starts off great. The the crowd has a lot of energy. The team is pumped up.
First of all,
PG
Pacers need this guy.
13. Paul George, number 13, their star player. He's glad his boy's back. Lance Stephenson. They're playing good on with each other. And they the Raptors come to the house tonight, and they blow them out.
Right?
They blow them out. They Lance Stevens was crossing everybody up, spinning,
Yeah.
feet, throwing no look passes, slam dunks. So Lance Stevenson, he's feeling good. The
Yep.
team's feeling good. They're
Yep.
blowing them out. They're up by 16, and they inbound the ball down the court to who? Lance Stevenson.
Lance Stevenson's at the half court.
He's at half court. He gets the ball.
He's by himself.
He's by himself.
Who's the other guy? Who's the
DeMar DeRozan.
He's kind of jogging with him.
He's jogging with them.
How many seconds left?
It's 6 seconds left. They're thinking that
They're up by 16.
They're up by 16. They're thinking that, okay, he's just going to dribble the ball out. Game over. They can go home, take the showers, whatever.
Yeah.
You guys beat us. Good for you. And that's the end of it. But that wasn't the end of it. Lance Stephenson takes a ball, lays it off the glass, and scores another bucket. And what does that do? That stirs up the whole team like a hornet's nest.
Yeah, I don't know why they got so mad.
So
So
Corey Joseph,
Kojo,
they call him Kojo. He gets a ball, so
tries to chuck it at him, right?
Right. So after Lance Stephenson, he scores a bucket. He's jogging back toward half court.
He's like,
Kojo gets a ball. He throws a ball and misses, but he throws a ball in the direction, tries to hit.
He tries to hit
Lance Stephenson. It glances past him. DeMar DeRozan, he meets him at half court and pushes him.
And starts yapping.
Also, PJ Tucker, he gets up in his face. Who's
that guy, by the way?
Who is he?
Yeah, keep going.
Anyway, he gets up in his face, and he starts yapping. And what does Lance Stevens do? He looks straight ahead, don't even say nothing.
That dude's cooler than the other side of the pillow.
He
walked away. He walked away like a boss. You know he did. He meant to do that. He said, "I'm gonna push these dudes' buttons."
And then he keeps walking right through the crowd and right between those guys after they're pushing.
And that dude was like, "All right, guys, let's hit the showers."
So the whole team gets stirred up. Everyone's pushing and shoving. You got Paul George in there pushing and shoving. And
that's my quarterback.
The game's not even over yet, Dan.
No, it's
so
not.
Because of that,
3 seconds still on the clock.
Right, because he threw the ball in bounds and it went out of bounds again. So the ball wasn't even inbounded correctly. So after they get everyone separated, they inbound the ball. Everyone back to off the court, and away from get the two teams separated.
Yeah.
They inbound the ball.
Yeah.
The clock, and the crowd's going bananas.
Yeah,
they're going wild. They're chanting Lance. Lance.
Yeah. Lance is back.
Lance is back. They're chanting his name.
Lance being Lance. Let's go.
So they inbound the ball, and the game is over.
I wish they would have inbounded right back to Lance, and he jacked up another 3 and nailed it on him.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
First of all, you're way too salty. You guys stop it.
All right. And these guys, they call it Bush League. You got Mark Jackson saying, "Oh, he shouldn't have done that. He should have ran the clock out." No. That's Bush League. Hey, there's time on the clock.
There's time on the clock. Play.
Y'all,
Yeah, you're up by 16, but
16.
Also,
you know what?
You
17, 18. Up by 2 more.
You can't just stand around and watch the dude with the ball go across the court. Why not? You gonna give me this? You gonna give me this? Okay, I'm gonna take that.
You can take it.
I'm gonna take that. Like I said, he should have jacked up a 3 and put it really in their face.
They'd be still fighting.
That one dude on Twitter was like, I would have bombed on him for respect and disrespect.
Yeah, respect.
Because I respect that dude. You know what? Yeah. I did not like Lance Stephenson earlier on in his career where he was annoying.
He's just annoying. But think about it. It's entertainment.
He is my new to-watch guy.
It's entertainment. That's what basketball is.
Yeah.
And you have to he's a character.
Yeah.
He's just like Draymond Green.
Yeah.
Right? He's not
they're starting to annoy me, though.
Right. Draymond Green's a character, too. People are like, he's this and he's a dirty player.
Yeah.
So what? You need, like when Dennis Rodman played, right?
He was a dirty player.
Dirty player.
Yeah.
But he was a great rebounder.
Yep.
Hall of Famer.
Yep.
And he was what? A character. He was a character.
He was
different than the rest.
Yeah.
He was cut from a different mold.
But see,
guess
what?
Like Meta World Peace.
Yeah.
Ron Artest, right?
Guess what? When you watch the Bulls, you're like, hey, what's Rodman's hair going to look like today? Remember we used to ask that?
Exactly. What new tattoo does he have on his arm?
Is he going to come in a dress? You know, stuff like that. Rodman was actually crazier than these guys are right now.
Oh, no
Lance
question.
Stephen, you know what Lance Stephen is? That dude's the NBA troll. That dude's trolling everybody hardcore, and everybody's falling for it.
And what does he do after the game on his Snapchat channel? That
dude's wearing
he's in a Raptor jersey and Snapchatted and hat and Snapchatted. Even though after the game, that he was interviewed and he talked to reporters and said, "Oh, I didn't mean no disrespect at all. It was all in fun. Yeah, I'm sorry they took it that way." He's all apologizing, and then he goes on Snapchat.
I think he's
in a Raptor jersey. So, like you said, it's Lance being Lance.
I think he's found a way to be passive aggressive and do things that drive you nuts without him getting in trouble now. And I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
I think that team that tried to, when they ran up on him, I think those dudes should be fined.
Oh, I think that they'll look at something. They might throw a couple of technical fouls retroactive.
Yeah.
Which in default, it's gonna
something.
take
You
some money
can't
out
run
of
up
their
on a
pockets.
dude because he's playing basketball because you're upset that you didn't defend him. I would have tried to defend him. Okay, if I see
and
Lance,
he did nothing wrong, so they can't touch Lance because he didn't throw no punches.
No, he kept
he didn't
walking,
even
which
push
is
anybody.
shocking.
He just walked right through the crowd.
It could
while they were
have been. It
pushing
could have
him.
been a rumble in the palace again.
It could have.
Yeah.
It could have got nasty.
If Lance would have bit back,
it would have got nasty because
Yeah.
they could come to his defense.
yeah,
Paul
George.
George. He was gonna throw hands. So.
but it was hilarious and it was good times. I mean, it made for some reason the NBA has been really boring to me these past couple weeks.
Right. It's been kind of you got LeBron James and.
Oh,
and
let's talk about it right now.
Well, LeBron. Well, it was one like little,
when he got a little spat with Tristan Thompson.
Yeah, Tristan Thompson. Yeah. LeBron James. They had a little disagreement about
big brother, little brother spat.
Right. With who? With Paul George and the Pacers again. That team again. So even though they went into overtime, I think double overtime and won that game.
How you go 2 double overtime or double overtime
at home against the Pacers?
Yeah,
Pacers are not that good. They're trying to find themselves again.
Hey, well, you got Lance Stephenson then,
right?
And you know what? That's what they were talking about. Like Pacers have lost heart, so they
need that fire.
Although Lance Stephenson acts like funky and he's kind of clownish, man.
I think he ignited him, Dan.
Yeah, he did.
He might have ignited him.
He probably did that not for the sole purpose to annoy the Raptors. He did it as a show, and he's like, "Hey guys, I'll do anything for you, even embarrass the team if I have to."
That's right. Get
and
that fire.
You should
back.
do the same. You should do the same. You should step up, and we should. You know what?
And he might be a clown, but you know what? His teammates are like, he's our clown.
Yeah,
but
like
player.
You know what? If we ain't jacking up threes at the end of the game when we're up by 13, who are we then? Are we getting paid for minutes? Let's go all the way, whistle to whistle and ball out.
And it's been like that's a theme that we've seen, like all these basketball players getting thin skin about garbage time and players rubbing it in.
Yeah.
Right? You got JaVale McGee. He was jacking up threes and against the Wizards.
Yeah.
Up in Oakland.
Yeah.
And they got all salty and butthurt.
What's going on here?
I'm like, really? You know what? Defend.
Yeah.
If you don't want to jack up threes, defend.
Defend the three. The three can be defended.
Yeah.
The three can be defended. And you know what? Come playoffs, it's going to be a different game. You can't be shooting all those threes. It's going to be a whole different game.
Oh, Steph's going to be shooting them threes.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, it's a different game in the playoffs, and people know you're going to shoot threes. They're going to try to take away the three, and they're going to force you to drive inside. And you don't really have, other than Klay Thompson and Steph, or maybe Kevin Durant if he comes back, high percentage shooters.
That's right. There's not that many guys who got the touch like that from beyond the arc.
Yep. So, Lance Stephenson, great job.
Yep.
You made the NBA watchable today, and you know what? I haven't had time to watch the NBA, but I've been paying attention. But all I've been hearing is LeBron complaining, and the Golden State Warriors clowning around. So these guys can clown around and jack up 30-point wins against teams, but JaVale McGee can't do not JaVale McGee. Lance Stephenson can't throw another layup for 2 more points.
Right,
get out of here.
You got Steph Curry getting tip balls, half court and slam dunking.
Yeah,
slam dunking. Steph Curry slam dunking.
Yeah, we understand you guys are playing. And you are not Showtime,
right?
Because Showtime would have won last year, up 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
But before we go to our break here, I have a feeling there might not be a Golden State Warrior Cleveland Cavaliers reunion trilogy championship. It's really up in the air right now.
It's up in the air because, like you said, the Cleveland Cavaliers they're still searching. I don't understand why. I mean, a lot of players were out.
Yep.
They got to get their core back.
They got to get Bogut back.
Right. Yeah. Will he be back by the playoffs?
I think he'll be back by the playoffs.
Okay. Yeah, I think he will. So once they get those guys back, once they get JR back in basketball shape, and get Kevin Love, he's been out for a while, so he's not completely back in basketball shape. So once these guys get back in real tip-top game shape, I think they're gonna start, by the end of the season, which is right around the corner,
right,
turn it around. But we'll see.
We'll be good. We'll see how it is. For right now, let's take our first break.
Oh man, not again, Dan.
What happened, Bryan?
I bought another bottle of expensive cologne. I put it on, and you know what?
What?
It wasn't what I thought it would be. Is there any way I can fix this problem?
I can fix your problem with Scentbird.com. Scentbird allows you to receive a 30-day supply of a designer fragrance each month for only $14.95. Unlike any other subscription box, Scentbird allows you to pick which scent you want, ensuring you're always happy with what you receive. With over 450 plus scents to choose from, you can experiment with a new scent every month. Scentbird even offers a quiz to suggest personalized recommendations for the perfect scent for you. Just go to www.danandbryan.com/Scentbird, click on the offer code Scentbird25, and you're on your way for 25% off.
Thanks, Dan. What was that code again?
The code is Scentbird25. Go at danandbryan.com/Scentbird. And we're back, people. Bryan, so we've been shopping through Scentbird, and Scentbird was graciously allowed us to promote them on our podcast.
Yeah, that's amazing.
What do you think about that? So we got our first cologne case, and like the commercial says, you no longer have to buy expensive bottles of cologne, $400 Creed Aventus, and stuff like that. Which they don't carry Aventus, but me and you, we just got our first shipment of cologne in.
Sure did.
And tell the folks what you picked up and what you think about it.
Picked Prada Luna Rossa Sport.
And how'd that go for you? How
it's refreshing. It's a good cologne. I'm wearing it right now, and it smells great.
How the ladies is taking it?
They love it. I love it.
The animal attraction, right?
A lot of good compliments.
Yeah, that's what I like. I got mine today, and I got Salvatore Ferragamo F Ferragamo Black. It's a big long name. It is the #1 cologne for many YouTubers. Your boy Jeremy on YouTube and Alpha M. You guys look these up. Look these men up, because if you want to know how to have swag and know how to step your game up as an adult. Remember, we are adults. Let's not be wearing baggy pants. Let's change our game. You're grown men. But anyways, I got that, and I love. They were right. My wife loves Salvatore Ferragamo. It is a great cologne, and I can't wait for my next month's cologne.
Me too.
I'm already excited. It's a very low price, and if 25% off, I believe it's for the first month for everybody. It's $11.
Right. And you can cancel it any time.
Cancel it at any time, and don't forget to use our link, danandbryan.com/Scentbird, and click on the Scentbird 25 link. It will take you to the Scentbird site. Go ahead and fill out your information, get your 25% off. And you know what? If you don't like it, just cancel it.
That's right.
But Scentbird has graced us with their presence, and we're out here saying Scentbird is legit. Don't go out there and just take a guess at any cologne and start firing off and saying, oh, I'm going to buy the $7. It smells great in the store. You get home, you're like, this is terrible.
Right, and you spend like $90, $80, $100 sometimes.
And when you buy the cologne monthly, if you want that bottle, say you paid that $11 into like Bryan's Luna Rossa Sport. What did you do? You used your $11, sorry, your $14, and you used it towards the purchase of the big bottle, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now Bryan has the big bottle at a discounted price because you already bought the thing. But they also, the cool thing about them, before we get into our next our subject, the cool thing about these guys is they come in these cool little tubes where you can twist them, and they turn up like the old twisty pens. It turns up, and guess what? You can take them on trips. You can take them on the planes. You have the ability to carry this stuff on planes, and you know how it is flying these days.
Yeah,
you can't take liquid for nothing.
Can't take.
So these little, what is it? You get like 100 squirts.
Right. Over 100 squirts in a bottle.
Yeah,
it's,
you're good.
Like 1.275 ounces.
Take it from us. Go get yourself first 2 months Salvatore Ferragamo F Black. And then get Luna Rossa, Prada Sport. Anyways, Bryan, let's get into something very serious.
Yep.
First of all, it's Masters Week.
Yeah.
But it was the Women's Masters Week earlier, right?
Right. It was earlier.
This is very interesting on what happened. We got Lexi Thompson. Is it Lexi Thompson?
Yeah, Lexi Thompson.
Lexi Thompson and this big controversy.
And
it's huge.
It's a mistake she made.
Yes, it's a mistake she made.
It's a mess up.
Suck it up.
Yeah.
But Go ahead, Brian.
Oh,
Lay it out for him, and I'm going to drop my commentary on it.
Okay, so what happened is it was last Saturday, the third day of a 4-round tournament.
Yep.
At the ANA I guess tournament. I guess
Is it women's masters, the LPGA
Masters?
Masters?
It's their first major of the year.
Okay, yeah,
it's their first major, so it's a major. So it's a big tournament, a lot of points towards your ranking, a lot of money involved towards the purses in the first, second, third place. So what happened is she was in one of the holes on the third day, and it was like I think it was a 1.5 putt. And a lot of times, before you putt, they put the coin behind the ball, they pick the ball up, and they rotate it toward in direction that they like the ball to be before they putt it.
Yes.
So when she put the coin under the ball, she picked up her ball and rotated it around, and she placed it back down by the coin, but she shorted it for about maybe an inch, less than about maybe 3/4 of an inch. From the
rule
coin.
is here, she did not.
Right.
She did not rest the ball back on the coin.
Back on the coin. So she was sloppy in her placement, and it wasn't rest up against the coin. It was away from the coin.
Yes.
So when she moved,
what, like a half inch? It's centimeters.
About 3/4 of an inch to an inch.
But what is golf? A game of inches.
Game of inches.
Right.
So
go ahead.
She's a high profile player.
Yep.
She's an American player. She's a very attractive woman. She's young, up and coming star in the LPGA. And so there's a lot of cameras on her. She gets modeling contracts and endorsement deals and whatnot. So there's gonna be a lot of cameras, a lot of, and she was leading in the tournament.
Right.
So she was about, she's on her way to winning it.
Right.
And she got sloppy with her placement. The cameras all over it. They picked it up.
Yep.
So when they picked it up, someone's at the house on the couch.
Someone like me and you.
Right. And they saw it and they said, I'm gonna snitch her out.
Yeah.
And they emailed the LPGA, said, hey, look at the tape.
But
she misplaced it.
This is a rule.
Right.
This is a rule. Let's compare this.
This is a rule that
exists
for the PGA and the LPGA, that people at the house, people who see something from a sports bar, see some kind of
very interesting rule,
right? That they can mail in, they can call in or email in and say, hey, you guys missed that. You got to go retroactively and fix it.
Yep.
So that's what they did.
Right. And what happened to her?
This happened on the next day. So they didn't even. It wasn't like within a few minutes of replacing their coin. It was
means somebody DVR'd it and watched it.
And this was the next day of the four. So it was the final round of the tournament, the first major, and they come up to her during her tournament and tell her that this is the case, and she couldn't believe it. She was devastated.
Yep. Of course you were.
Right. So, she was dropped four strokes. So she lost 4 strokes.
Yep.
And
we all know how difficult the game of golf is. To come back from 4 strokes down is even more difficult, especially if your opponent is dropping birdies, or if they're dropping birdies and staying par, you can't win unless you're dropping eagles, and that's not happening.
Right. So what happened is it brought her down into a big deficit. So she had to go into at the end of the game, at the end of the fourth round of the tournament, she had to go into a playoff hole with So Yoon Roo. So
she's number 1 and Lexi Thompson's number 2.
Right. So they were number 1 and 2 in that tournament in the first major. So they went to a playoff hole, and So Yoon Roo beat her, and she won the tournament, and she lost.
Right.
And she was devastated. She cried and said, "You know what? I made the mistake."
Yes, you made the mistake. You are correct.
She owned it. It was a learning experience. It's going to be something I learned from. And people, and think about it. In the long run, this is going to help her probably in terms of her focus. In terms of she can't be sloppy in her game. You
can't be loose.
You got to be focused on what's going on every single.
What did Mickelson tell her?
Right.
I support you, and it sucks.
Right. It sucks.
But all PGA players should not be loose with this thing.
With the placement. Even Tiger Woods said, this is a travesty that she loses a major because of this rule, but it is what it is.
First of all, it's
everyone
a rule.
knows the rule.
Yeah.
This happened to Tiger Woods about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
and he lost some strokes, and it didn't affect him because he didn't win a tournament anyway. But it did. But still, it happened to him.
Right.
Someone called in, emailed in, and he lost some strokes. It was the same day.
Yep.
But this happens.
Yeah.
So like you said,
If you know the rules,
like Phil said in his comment, because they're gonna ask the top players of what they think about this whole situation. And he said that I feel for her, but you got to be on top of it.
All PGA players should be on top of the game. When you rotate that ball and the ball is on the coin, you rotate it and you put it back on the coin. That's it.
That's it.
That's the rule. You know the rule, and nowadays with the information age and the internet, there's laser beam focus on you. And,
right.
And it's an individual game, so you're sitting there. People are watching.
Right.
And if you mess it up by an inch, that's your bad. That is your bad. You should know. Don't play loose anymore. And you know what? That's the best thing. She will never make that mistake again.
Oh, no.
She will never play loose again.
No, because
she'll be all by the rules, and she'll make sure, especially that incident, because it probably cost her about $300,000.
So actually, they said it cost her $150,000.
Yeah. And plus,
lost her that $150,000 in earnings.
But whose
for
fault
that
is
tournament.
that?
That's her fault.
That's your fault.
And the trophy and the ranking and everything goes along with it.
But she's still number 2.
But she's gonna be okay. Gets her. It gets her exposure.
Yeah.
I didn't know Lexi Thompson before this.
No.
And
now
you
we
see
do.
her on TV.
She's the new American sweetheart.
Right. She's a sweetheart.
Yeah.
She's very attractive, and you see her face, like okay, and then now she's gonna get more fans.
Yeah.
And more people gonna like her and
I'm
support
root for
her
her,
and
definitely.
root for her now.
First of all, it's America, USA, baby.
Right. So she's gonna, it's just gonna help her in the long run in all facets, in terms of endorsements, in terms of her focus on her.
She might be on
craft,
Dancing with the Stars.
Exactly. So
stuff like that.
We'll see.
Like I said, it's like if there's a rule and the rule's there, and people are watching you, then you won't make that. That is a tiny little nothing mistake.
Yeah.
That is a worthless mistake that you made. You could have easily won this match.
Easy.
That would be like us calling the NFL refs and saying, hey, number 75 was holding. Check him. Check the video.
Right.
We would never be.
He bobbled the ball. It wasn't a reception.
Yeah, he dropped the. I'm from my high def 55-inch TV. I saw so and so drop the ball. Look, check it out. Check it out from this angle. No, you can't do that. But golf is a paced game. And it's got these old school rules and these old school, like there's a way golf should be played and the way it should be represented as
very gentlemanlike and very ladylike.
Yes, very much so, and that's okay with me. I don't blame them all. I like golf. I can't golf to save my life, but I when I go out there, I'm enjoying myself, right?
Oh yeah.
So as we look at this, we got to think, okay, you're a professional. You're number 2 in the world. The heck were you thinking trying to take that little bit of space?
Exactly.
First of all, I could have made that putt from that distance.
Yep.
And I'm not even going to say I can putt the ball. But from that distance, you didn't need an inch. You could have probably moved that ball back a foot.
And she still would have sunk it.
Still would have sunk that putt.
Yeah, she still would have.
You are a professional.
Yeah.
Don't cry about it. You made the mistake.
Yeah, they saw it. She made a mistake.
Suck it up.
And like you said, she was sloppy with her placement. She was too lax. She wasn't focused at that moment.
Yeah.
And if she wasn't focused at that moment and she deliberately did it, she knows that.
Yeah.
But
yes, you are right. Right. She only knows her intentions.
And her intentions. But whatever it is, it was.
But it is
people saw it.
It is a laxed mindset.
Right.
That all, like Phil Mickelson pointed out, it is a relaxed mindset in all players, and now all players are saying, well, Lexi Thompson screwed up for everybody. Now everybody's going to put the ball on the coin.
No, not just that. It's just that it was a lax mindset, and people are going to be watching.
Yeah, now people like me are going to be watching.
People are going to be watching.
I want to make that call. Hey,
and that's why it's good that
Phil Mickelson he moved the ball a centimeter off. It's not touching.
Right, and that's why I think Phil Mickelson made that comment. He said,
tighten it up.
He said, y'all got to tighten it up. Because he said,
all the players tighten it up.
He's seen it. He probably seen it, because they pair up.
Yeah.
And he's seen guys get away with it.
Yeah.
And he's saying, you guys got to tighten this stuff up. You got to make sure you
even
snuggle.
himself, he said. He said, myself.
Right.
Myself included. Now, see, what it does is, for me, it's calling this like. Now I want to watch. I'm gonna watch the Masters this weekend. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I want to be that guy.
guys,
like, hey,
because if someone slips up, that might happen.
I'm gonna be watching the Masters. That's for sure.
If someone does slip up, I guarantee you, someone's gonna catch it and they're gonna email it in.
But you know what? All of us make mistakes.
That's right. Not perfect.
We are not perfect. I will not cast a stone at her, but I will talk about it. And that as a former athlete, I made mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what my coach told me to do? Suck it up, man up. Let's go play football. You missed the block.
That's right.
But you had Eric Crouch. Eric Crouch made you look good. You're okay. So what I'm saying is, like, athletes have this amazing ability to really suck it up and just get things done. It's a job. It's a job, and she has a wonderful job. I wish I could go golf 18 holes a day and get paid millions of dollars by Rolex and other companies.
Yeah.
And that's the point of envy with me, that even though the women don't get paid as much, they're still getting paid more than you and I.
Oh yeah, if like I said, especially the ones who are high profile, and attractive. If they're attractive, it's just the way it is. They will get lots of endorsements.
Oh yeah,
and if you're a very attractive woman in any major sport in the world, you will get endorsements. And you'll make more money that way. There's a lot of top players who make more, female athletes who make more in endorsements. They're doing their earnings from their sport that they play.
Yeah,
because that's what it comes with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is currently number 2 in the world, so it's not that bad.
No,
it's not bad at all. She will be okay.
Yeah.
She might be even more okay.
Right, she's young. She's young. She's only 22 years old.
She's earned.
So this is the beginning of her career.
Yeah.
She got a lot more time to win more majors, learning experience.
Look, she's 22. On. She's already earned $5.9 million.
There you go.
Career top 10s 45. Career victories 7.
Mm-hmm.
Her race to the CME Globe, CME rankings number 3. Year to date top 10 3. Yeah, the ANA Inspiration was the name of that tournament, by the way.
Right.
And So Yeon Ryu, I don't know how to say that name.
Yeah, So Yeon Ryu.
She's earned $7.3 million. Her Rolex ranking is number 3, and she's the CME ranking number 1. And she took number 1, and it's tied for second in the Kia Classic with
because if she would have won this tournament, she'd have been an outright number 1 player in the world. But it's the beginning of the year. It's only March.
For the tournament though, her last tournament, the Kia Classic, she went 11th.
Yeah. And
then So Yeon Ryu, she went 2nd. So right. I mean,
yeah.
Let's put it all aside and let's look at this. So Ryu is a better player right now.
Oh yeah.
She's a better player overall.
I think she's a little bit older than her. She's been on the PGA Tour a little bit longer. Like you said, this is just the beginning of her career.
Yeah.
And she has a lot of golf to play. So
yeah.
We'll
and
see.
you know what not to say that sport doesn't have injuries, but I'm gonna take a whack at it that you're not gonna get as injured as you were gonna play football or basketball.
No.
You can go a long way with this sport. But anyways, that's our week. I think this is a great week for some major drama.
Yeah,
major drama with Lance Stephenson and Lexi Thompson. Good stuff's going on.
Yep.
Don't forget to watch the Masters this week, people. Don't forget to follow us at Dan and Bryan on everything: Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat. We're there. Sometimes we're not there, but you know what? Come in and drop some love. And pretty soon we will be starting the mailbag section coming up soon. So watch out, because we're gonna get questions from everybody. And all kinds of questions. And we will read them on air and answer them about how we feel.
That's right.
Thanks for listening. And thanks for those people who started with us in a year. We're very thankful for having you guys around. Without you guys, we would not be around. We would not be getting sponsors like Scentbird and Amazon and things like that. And Onnit.com. And without you guys, we have nothing. Thank you for listening. And we'll be here for as long as we can. And we're going to take it to the limits, and we're going to figure things out with all this sports drama, and we're going to enjoy it. So come back next week for another drama-filled Dan and Bryan Sportscast, and we thank you for listening.